So it's been a year since I've been living in Van Halen now. I moved into Van Halen September 23. And if you haven't watched my video on why I'm living in a van in my 50s, that's the story behind moving into Van Halen in September last year. So it's been a year of travelling and road tripping, catching up with beautiful friends and lots of dog sitting, house sitting. It's been an incredible journey. And I've travelled from the Gold Coast, Queensland, all the way down to the bottom of New South Wales to Eton, across the Victorian border, Torquay, caught the ferry from Sorrento, Queenscliff, and then hit the Great Ocean Road and travelled all the way along the Great Ocean Road. And it's where I met my very special friend Tony Martin in Apollo Bay on the Great Ocean Road. And we have been convoying and road tripping pretty much ever since. Many cool spots around Australia. And then from there I crossed the South Australian border and went to Mount Gambier and Robe, Kingston, across back to Victoria and through, stopped at Barossa Valley to do some wine tasting as you do. And then I kept going through to Euston. That's a really cool RV park. It's like $10 a night or something ridiculous. Amazing facilities, everything you need. And then went to New South Wales, got to New South Wales and Gunnings to Kalala Bay, time with a friend. Beautiful areas around Kalala, and I want to share with you some of the highs and lows of van lifing and living in your van. So I'd have to say the absolute positives so far have been the incredible, empowering and liberating experience of solo travel in a van in Australia. I think especially as a female, it's incredibly empowering. And the benefits of solo, of course, is you just decide from day to day where you want to be, whether you want to stay an extra night somewhere or whether you want to leave earlier, whether you want to turn left or right. It's your decision. No one else is there to influence you or try and tell you. And I think that's an incredibly liberating experience. And just the sense of freedom of travelling is like nothing I've ever experienced before. I think also the opportunity to catch up with friends that I haven't seen for a long time. And you know, we always kind of fall into that trap, don't we, of saying, oh, I'm going to catch up with my friend this year or next year, and we just get busy with life and get on that treadmill, and then before you know it, years have gone by. And I really feel that, especially when you lose a loved one, this is when this really comes to the forefront of your heart and your soul, is when you realise how precious life is and how precious those relationships are and how important it is to catch up with friends and family and spend that quality time together, because you just don't know what is happening around the corner. You just have, you know, we don't have that you know, crystal ball to know what is happening. So it's really important we live in the moment. It's really important that we actually take that action and catch up with people that we really care about. And so I've been able to do that over the last year, and I feel so grateful for that opportunity to have been able to just stop and spend quality time with people that I really care about in my life. So that would have to be another really major benefit of having done this van lifing. I think also just feeling incredibly empowered to feel safe and secure and, get past those fears that we can project on ourselves. And so much of that is driven by social media and media, mainstream media, to be fearful constantly of safety and crime and all that kind of thing. And I'm not for a moment downplaying that or saying that, it's not happening, because of course it is around the world. But I just choose not to live my life based on that. I just want to take the precautions, the necessary safety precautions, but then just allow myself to be in the moment and just go with the flow and trust that everything will be all right, and just enjoy every precious moment. So I guess that's another really amazing benefit that I have gained from van lifing. I guess the healthy lifestyle's another one. It really encourages me to get outdoors and explore, whether that's on my bike or whether that's walking, swimming in the ocean, swimming in the rivers, getting the necessary vitamin D that we need for our mental health, and practicing gratitude every single day. So every morning I wake up and I write something in my journal, and that's been a beautiful routine from van lifing. So I think those are the benefits. The downside of van lifing, of course, is you have to be really organised, because it's a tiny space, and that can be frustrating at times. For me, I'm a bit of a neat freak, and so having things unorganised really can frustrate me at times. And at the moment, I'm about to do the Resilient Rockstar show here in Monto on Saturday. And so I've got all my stage equipment in the van, which is taking up a substantial amount of room in the van, which means that, I'm always shuffling stuff to get into the bed and then out of the bed and put it all back. And so that's a bit frustrating, as the tight squeeze. Another thing is having my bike on the rack on the back of the van. I have to take the bike off in order to get to my back drawers, and so I tend to kind of take everything I need out of there in advance, and so that sort of piles up in the front seat. And so having access to the back drawers is a bit frustrating when I have my bike on. The cost, I guess, because I haven't been doing a lot of work on the road. I get paid to dog sit, but it's not a huge amount of money. And, this Resilient Rockstar show that I'm doing is amazing, because not only does it enable me to get on stage and share my really empowering, important messages to children about building resilience and standing up to bullying and abuse in their lives, and believing in themselves, but I get paid for that. And so that helps me to pay for the petrol that it costs for me to drive around, and the occasional caravan park that I pay for when I need to. All the expenses that you have, bar rent, I guess. Like, I don't have electricity expenses either, but I still have to pay for my phone. I have some editing programs for my YouTube channel that I pay for. I've got insurance, I've got my car costs, I've got food. All the things that you have, apart from, I guess, rent and electricity, or mortgage and electricity. So, you've got to have money either in your bank to support you through that time, or look for work that you can do on the road. That's something that you have to be really mindful of, is being really good at budgeting your finances. I miss my family a lot. I miss my kids a lot. I miss my friends on the Gold Coast a lot. So that can be tough sometimes when I'm travelling and I don't have the opportunity to just go and have, spend time with my kids. And I think also the separation kind of anxiety of that, saying goodbye to friends, travelling to the next destination, that can be hard, saying the goodbyes. It can get really lonely on the road too. So, it's great, the advantages of doing it solo, but then there are disadvantages, and it's just those opportunities to share some amazing destinations and experiences with someone else. And when you're doing that solo, that those times can be lonely. It can be lonely at night when you're in your van and you just want to debrief about the day and have a chat with somebody that you care about and love. So that can be, really difficult. I think I've covered most of the, the bad stuff, I guess. I think definitely the good stuff outweighs the bad stuff. So I would really encourage you, if you are thinking about van lifing, to give it a go, because it is about jumping out of your comfort zone. It is about growing as a human and exploring and experiencing new things. I really believe that's what life's all about. So get out there and see Australia.